All right. Hello, everybody. What is up? Today is Sunday. I want to welcome everybody to my live. I hope everybody has listened to my live stream that I did a few days ago in regards going over the investigation results of your eye investigations, which is a doozy. You can go back and check it out. It returned in my favor. And also, they told me I could get the police involved, which that's exactly what I did. Also, they decided to use their IT tech company to illegally access my Facebook messages. So if they're illegally accessing my Facebook messages, they can illegally access yours. I got contacted by a police department, let me know if I need any help to let them know. And I was messaging that she was trying to find out where I lived. And then 30 minutes later, I got text messages asking me, may I know where you live at? So today I decided to announce to the world that I texted them back off of a free texting app and telling them thank you for spending their money to harass me with their IT tech company. And I wonder if Fia Johansson is going to get jealous that her man is spending his money on another woman to harass them. I've already told the police about that text messages, Fia. Stop harassing me because you do not scare me. You're an immature child. You're mad because you got caught being a fraud. You're mad because you met some, not really, we didn't personally meet, but you're mad because someone found out about your fraud, which is me, and refused to back down and allow you to bully me and threaten me and blackmail me and harass me. You don't scare me. Like, seriously, you're a little child acting immature and being a baby. You can blame yourself for you being canceled and everybody finding out that you're a fraud. I told you 3 years ago when I started checking into things that if I found out that your eye investigations did any criminal behavior, I was going to notify the police. I would have been okay with knowing that after the investigation that there was no violations found. I would have accepted the consequences that, you know, of getting possibly sued over it. But you found out I was right, Brad Perkins. You found out I was right. Yeah, for now on, every time that you harass me, I'm going to make sure I go live and tell the world about your harassment and how immature you and your husband are for harassing me. Unless your husband doesn't know you're using your IT tech company. I've already turned in your IT company as well because of the fact that you were using your IT tech company to send spamming calls to individuals. And I was able to find out the company to turn your business into. And I made a report last month. I just didn't tell you about that until now. I told you to F around and find out with me, Fia. Didn't I not tell you that? You're immature. You don't scare me. You may scare other individuals, but you don't scare me. You're not scary, okay? You're not scary. You don't realize anything about me, okay? You don't know anything about me. For one, I'm a person that will stand up against bulliers. I will call them out and shame them. And that's what I'm going to do to you because you think that you can threaten people, harass people, stalk them, and try to scare them from investigating your fraud. Yes, you may have taken people to court previously to sue them and make them write apology letters, but I'm not writing you an apology letter. I'd rather a criminal investigation by the police be done. You need to back off, Fia, because guess what? As you see, I texted your husband back and thanked him for spending his money on me with his IT tech company and harassing me. I could stoop to your level, Fia, and I think you're finding that out. You want to play dirty little games? Well, guess what, boo boo? I'm not the one. I am not the one. I could stoop to your level, but I'm not going to. Now you know that you need to stop. Don't play with me, Fia. Don't mess with me. I already got the police involved. You don't scare me. Now I'm embarrassing you and your husband's business live. How do you like that? You're using your IT company to illegally read people's Facebook messages. That's a crime, Fia. Don't you know you can get charged for that? You can have even federal crimes. That's considered terrorism. That's a terrorist act that you just did. Don't you realize that? That is a terrorist act that you just did. You personally read my Facebook messages last night, and then you texted me 30 minutes later asking me, "Can I know where you live?" I know it was you and your husband's IT tech company. Leave me alone and back off. Because every time you do something, I'm going to go live and tell the world how immature you are and your husband because it's his company. I hope your husband liked my text back thanking him for using his money because it's his money because we know your money is illegal. You're a fraud. You scam people with your psychic medium abilities that you claim that you had. You don't have no abilities. You're a fraud. Point blank, a fraud. So, because of the fact now that you just did another terrorist act, that can go against you because reading somebody's personal Facebook messages like you did is criminal behavior. Now, knowing that you did this, who else's Facebook messages are you guys reading? Huh? I think everybody should delete their Facebook accounts now because of the fact Fia Johansson and Rick Eram are using their IT company to personally read people's messages. That's illegal, Fia. That's a terrorist act that you did last night. And I hope you realize that. That's a criminal behavior defense right there. One, you're not working with law enforcement. You can't legally do that. That's illegal. That's criminal behavior that you did last night, boo boo. And I made sure I gave that message to the police last night, asking me I know where you live at. Why? You want to come over and visit? You want to have a party? I'll throw a party for you telling you I won. I'll rub it in your face, Fia Johansson. You lost. Are you mad? I hope you're big mad. I told you not to mess with me, Fia. I'm not the one. I don't put up with it. You don't know anything about me, Fia. You don't know me at all. I don't put up with that kind of garbage. Like, seriously. The police department will even tell you that. They will straight up and tell you that. Because I have no problems telling, people when they're in the wrong that they're in the wrong. Grow up, Fia. Act your age, not your shoe size. The reason why I didn't take you to court, Fia, is because your money is illegal. It's dirty. I don't want dirty money from you. I don't want your fraud money. All that money that you got is illegal. I don't know if you had any money laundering involved. Stole it from anybody. You got a whole bunch of businesses that have LLC addresses with DHL addresses and UPS addresses. Makes me realize now the reason why you went to the length of going online to purchase a university degree, because the fact is you knew you had to give it to Tops. You knew that they were going to request from you Proof of education. And you didn't have it. You still don't. As you see, Dr. Phil didn't even accept your fake degree. He knows better. Stop harassing me, Fia. As you see now, I hope you enjoyed the nice photo that I posted in my Instagram stories. See, I've had that photo for over a year, Fia. I told you that when you threatened my family, not to threaten my family or myself. I had that photo. I had a contact in Sweden that provided me it. Did I tell you not to mess with me? I waited until you ticked me off enough for me to post it. So, don't ever threaten me and my family again, Fia. I told you that last year. You were messing with the wrong one. But see, I don't like to do criminal behavior like you do. I will not harass you back unless you harass me first. If you harass me first, I don't have no problems texting you or calling you back. Stop the harassment. Stop trying to be a bully, Fia. Stop being a 2-year-old little child crying because you got caught for being a fraud. Everybody should delete their Facebook accounts, Instagrams, and everything because the fact that Fia Johansson and Rick Eram are illegally using their IT tech company to view your messages. And who knows who else's messages that they're viewing. They have access to be able to find people's cell phone numbers. But she's not protected by anybody. She threatened Julie and blackmailed her, claiming that she's protected. You're not protected by anybody. The police never gave you your name. Like you think you did. Oh, you think they did. I was going to enjoy my day today because it's Sunday. But because of me getting harassed last night by Fia Johansson and her husband, Rick, I wanted to make sure I told everybody about it. I already emailed that message to the police, Fia. I got asked by a police department telling me if I needed help to let them know because I went to the police over this situation already. Did I not tell you this, Fia? I went to the police. Like, I actually went to the police a while ago. And I let them know about the investigation. I was waiting for results. Yes, I should have probably went to the police last year when this all started, but they know me. They know I can handle myself quite well. Even though they're always telling me like that I shouldn't, but I can. But trust me, I won't do any harassment or criminal behavior to you. I go to the police and let them know what's going on. But if you call me and text me or message me, I'll return the favor and I'll text you and call you back and ask you what you wanted. But no, you can't know where I live unless you want to like harass me and threaten me to my face. But that'll be even more funnier because all I gotta do is call the police and they'll come over. They'll pick you up real fast. See, Fia, you're acting like a child now because you got caught. It's like you're a little child that got caught in the cookie jar trying to steal a cookie from your parents as a child when they tell you no. That's what I call it as. See, I could handle this whole situation myself if I really wanted to and could have went and put a restraining order against you, cease and desist letter against you too, and filed more charges like I have now requested to be done because of the fact that you are a fraud. I've been requesting you to be investigated for a long time. Don't you know that, Fia? I'm not the one to harass and threaten and bully and blackmail. But I just wanted to let everybody know that Fia Johansson and her husband Rick Eram are now using their IT company personally to read my Facebook messages. So I disabled my Facebook. Continue the harassment fee. It's going to go against you. The more that you harass me, the worse it's going to be. Stop acting like a child. Grow up. It's not my fault you got caught. You keep continuing the harassment, maybe the police will go pick you up a little bit faster. I wouldn't mind if they went to your house at 4 a.m. and raided your house. Use a blowhorn while they're at it. Wake you up. But Fia Johansson, I'm not the person to harass. So stop sending psychotic text messages like that asking me, I know where you live at. That's delusional. Off of a spam number. I tried to call the number to go off on the person and tell them how childish she was. But it's a spam number. You can't call it back. I told you, Fia, to F around and find out with me. F around and find out. Everybody else that's F around and found out, they're in jail. Yep. One person's sitting in jail for a very long time now, thanks to my help. I told you, I'm not the one to stalk, threaten, harass, and bully. You won't ever bully me. You won't ever scare me. So if you text my phone again off of a spam number from your IT tech company, I'm just going to take it to the police and show them. So every time you do something crazy, it's going to be reported. You're the one that was stupid and went to the police and made false allegations against people. Nobody else did that. Don't you know that you can get in trouble for making a false police report, Fia Johansson? I guess you didn't realize that. But yes, nobody's safe right now because Fia Johansson and Rick Eram have access to reading people's Instagram messages and Facebook messages. That's insane. And criminal behavior. But anyways, I got a message on Facebook letting me know if I needed help to let them know. And then I made a response. And then 30 minutes later, I get texted, may I know where you live? No, you can't know where I live. But I already know where you live at, boo-boo. Yep. So it'll be really easy for the police to come pick you up. Keep harassing me. See, I should have went to the police a year ago and said something about your harassment, but I can handle things until it gets to the point where there's too much criminal behavior involved, like I found out from Uri investigations. Like, I'll put up with people harassing me to the point where they need to have criminal charges against them. You should ask several people, Fia. I've had the FBI show up at their house. I don't play around, Fia. So, keep it up. Maybe I'll have an officer show up at your house and tell you to stop the harassment or call you up. Maybe you'll like that. See, I was going to enjoy my day today, but since they decide to legally read my Facebook messages. So if they're illegally reading my Facebook messages, that means they can illegally read anybody's. So anybody who comes up against them, that's what they do. They stalk you and harass you and threaten you. I'm sure Brad's not involved with this because, in fact, it seems like he sent you a cease and desist letter and is done with you. But I don't know. That was something that'll have to be investigated to guarantee, but I'm pretty sure that he's done with you. I mean, I know I would be after you running my business that bad. You embarrassed his business, Fia, because you lied, because you're a fraud. Don't you know by you reading people's messages on social media, that's a terrorist act that you just did? That's illegal. That's crime. A federal crime at that. I should be able to have my privacy on who I want to message and who to message me. But I got contacted last night to let them know if I needed help. And I made a message back. And then 30 minutes later, I get texted from a spam number asking me I know where you live. Because I was letting them know that she was wanting to know where I live. So they messaged me 30 minutes later asking me, may I know where you live? Fia, did you find out that you were wrong and that you couldn't just get away with what you were doing going to Poland? Oh, no, you didn't find out. I did for you. I'm going to laugh. I don't care if I hurt your feelings. Because you've been harassing me long enough to where it's going to stop. So, Fia Johansson, anytime that you harass me, anytime that you message me or text me, I am making sure, one, the police know, and I'm going to go live and tell the world about how childish you are. And now let the world know that you and your husband are accessing people's Facebook messages illegally. They're accessing my Facebook messages illegally. That means that they can access anybody else's Facebook accounts that has anything against them. Don't worry, Fia. All this criminal behavior that you're doing is adding up. It's just adding up. But however, don't ever harass me, threaten me, message me ever again. Because it's just immature. How old are you, Fia? You're acting like your shoe size. However, yes, I did get a message from a police department telling me that if I needed any help to let them know. And I was trying to type that she was wanting to know where I live at, and then 30 minutes later, I get a spam text asking me if they may know where I live at. So I immediately disabled my Facebook. You should disable yours too, because if she's reading my Facebook messages, they can access anybody's Facebook messages that has a vendetta against them or is upset with them. Fia Johansson, you're not protected by anybody. You don't work for the CIA. You don't work for the FBI. You definitely don't work for the police. You've never helped law enforcement. I got an email from Sweden Police Department telling me that you never worked on that case in Sweden like you claim you did. And I gave that to the police as well, which obviously they can find that information themselves by calling them, but I gave them that email. And I also gave them an email from the production company letting me know that they were the ones that signed Julia Faustina to a contract, and it wasn't Joe Ward like you lied to the police about. I just wanted to let you know as well, which I'm sure you already know because you have access to reading messages. You're just mad you got caught. You're like a little child sticking your hand in a cookie jar when your parents tell you no, and you do it anyways. Fia Johansson, I'm going to tell you right now, I am not the one to harass. I'm not the one to threaten. I'm not the one to stalk, and I'm not the one to bully. Because you could call the police department and they'll tell you that I'll make sure you get your karma. Someone else had already called the police department and they already told them that. I don't put up with that type of behavior. Did you know, Fia, I've already had the FBI show up at people's houses, in which I know I've already told you this. Like, seriously, do you want the FBI to come over to your house and visit you? There's several individuals that will tell you that I've had the FBI show up at their house because of the fact that they harassed me. Like, I have no problems. I will put up with people harassing me for so long, and then after that, it's like, okay. Once they start threatening me, then, like, I'll make sure it gets reported to the police. But I'll play and, you know, stare and put up with it for a little while. But I just wanted to let everybody know that Fia Johansson and Rick Eram are continuing the harassment. So I sent a text message back saying, "Thank you for spending your money on me." And I wonder if Fia Johansson's going to get jealous because her husband's spending money to harass another woman. That's called harassment, unless Fia Johansson's the one that's doing it with her IT tech company. But I've already reported your IT tech company to the agency. See, if Fia Johansson, you're not smarter than me. I actually got education, unlike you. You dropped out in high school. You messed up, Fia, because you told somebody very close to you about you dropping out of school. And they told me about it. How do you go from dropping out of school to mysteriously going to a prestigious university like you did and claim you got a doctorate degree and are a doctor? You're not no doctor. However, yes, nobody is safe right now because of the fact that Fia Johansson and her husband Rick Eram are using their IT tech company now to read my social media messages. Fia, it doesn't matter how much information that you get and read, it's not going to benefit you. It's not going to benefit you. You're not going to be able to report it to the police. The police won't do nothing because you obtained it illegally. You're not a private investigator, so sit down, little child. Sit down. Don't play with the big leagues now. Because you're not protected by anybody like you think you are. Who do you think you're protected by? The police never gave you your name. You don't work for the CIA, the FBI, the police. I've already proved that. I called Orange County. You're not working on no case with them, so you can't legally investigate anything. And it won't benefit you anyways, because if you take it to the police department, they know that you obtained it illegally because I already let them know. You just want to know what I'm up to because you're mad because I exposed you for fraud. How nice and convenient is that? But what you did by illegally accessing my Facebook messages, that's a terrorist act right now that you're doing. And I won't put up with it. For one, I was born in the United States. You weren't. You came here from Iran. I'll defend myself. And I won't put up with it, what you're doing. However, you accessing my Facebook messages illegally, that's a terrorist act and messaging me and harassing me. I was really enjoying my day. But because of the fact that they decided to text me, I texted them back and I thanked them for spending their money on me for harassing me. However, I'm not gonna keep this live long because of the fact that I want to enjoy my day. So I'm gonna end my live right now because I'm gonna rest. Today's Sunday. I'm gonna spend time with my family. But I wanted to let everybody know that this happened last night. So anytime you text me anything crazy, Fia, I'm gonna go live and just tell the world, and then I'm gonna make sure the police get it. Because you're acting childish now. You think that you work for the government and FBI and CIA. You don't. Because trust me, if you did, the police department, if you worked for a police department and somebody calls and asks if you are an employee there, they'll tell you if somebody's an employee there. Because every time I call a police department, I ask if this person is an officer or detective that works there. Oh, they'll tell me. If they don't tell me, I have somebody that will be willing to call to verify to find out. Guess you found that out last night, didn't you, boo boo? Anyways, I hope everybody enjoys their Sunday because I'm not going to spend an hour and a half rehashing things again. But if you haven't already watched my live from 4 days ago, Your Eye Investigations, and had some fines, which were two of them, and violations that are two of them. And I'm satisfied with the end results. However, I just wanted to let you guys know what happened last night. I hope everybody has a good day.